Thank you for that. I want to talk to you about energy. I've been reading this book. Laura, I was expecting to hear about the Butterfly Festival. I was going to say, wait a second, there's one more. I know there is. All right, Laura, talk to us.
Last weekend on Saturday, Jennifer and I did the Butterfly Festival in Coconut Creek. We had a tent out there and we met a bunch of amazing people. We got a whole bunch of leads. We're gonna call them later because we have a drawing that we had for an iPad. We had an iPad and a gift basket to Cooper's Hawk with a $100 gift card, bottle of wine, all donated by Supreme Lending, which is amazing. So we're gonna contact everybody, let them know if they want. We're gonna do it live on social media so everybody can see and get in contact with all these people that we met.
Proud of you. That's awesome. So just out of curiosity, you can estimate if you don't know the exact number, and if you know, that's great too. How many people filled out the little form in order to be in the drawing?
Over 100.
Over 100. So you've got name, phone number, email address, mailing address for more than 100 people.
Yeah.
How huge is that? That's amazing.
Here's Swipe helped us out too, which was very nice.
Yeah, Aaron, you're right. It's a reversible 100. Now you have an opportunity to connect with 100 people because you did this event. Very, very cool. If Laura can, I can. If Laura can, you can. Good job. Proud of you. All right, so I've been reading this book titled Energy Leadership. And I just want to share some thoughts with you guys. When we talk about culture, our recording, cool. When we talk about culture, one of the very first words that come to me is energy. And we're going to talk about your personal energy and also energy of an organization. I want you to think of an organization, Keller Williams Coral Springs, for example, as a living organism. Organizations have energy, just like people do. And we learn in Bold that you cannot create energy. You can only transfer it or transform it. Now, in this book, he talks about 7 levels of energy. And one of the questions he asks is, where are you resonating? Are you resonating at a level 1, level 2 energy, or are you resonating at a 4, 5, 6, 7 level energy? And we're not going to have enough time to get through all of my notes, but I want to share a few of them with you. Okay, first, a leader doesn't get the message across. A leader is the message. A leader doesn't get the message across. A leader is the message. Problems and challenges are creations of a fear-based perspective on life. Challenges and problems are creations of a fear-based perspective on life. Now, when I say that, am I saying that we're not going to have challenges and problems? Am I saying that? Say no. Say no. But here's what I want you to do. And actually in the book, he shared this idea, which I thought was remarkable. First of all, write this down. Solutions live on the other side of problems. Solutions live on the other side of problems. If we took a flat stone, here's my drawing, kind of looks like one. And we looked at 2 sides. So this is side 1 and this is side 2. And on one side of the stone, we wrote problems. And on the other side, we wrote solutions. Solutions live on the other side of problems. And what he's saying when he says, problems and challenges are creations of a fear-based perspective on life, what he's saying is when we're confronted with a challenge, a solution, a problem, when we're confronted with anything in our life, if we see problems, it's coming from a fear-based perspective. If we see solutions and opportunity, it's coming from a growth-based perspective. What do you see? What do I see? When we transcend fear what remains is opportunity. When we transcend fear, what remains is opportunity. Everything I do matters, and everything I am matters even more. Everything you do matters, and everything you are matters even more. We do not see things as they are, we see things as we are.
John, can you repeat that? When we transcend fear?
When we transcend fear, what remains is opportunity. In other words, remove fear. And all that's left is opportunity.
And then can you go to the next one and the next one?
I can do that. Everything I do matters. Everything I am matters even more. We do not see things as they are. We see things as we are. How do you see the world? How do you see those that are around you? One of the things he makes a suggestion to do in this book is he says, get a journal. And we're going to call this journal your judgment journal. And every time you find yourself making judgments, write it down. It's not because you want to collect judgments. It's because you want to be aware of the way you think. And we want to remove judgment think from our lives. Things are not good or bad. They're not right or wrong. They just are. It's all about how you perceive things. Now, energy is the potential people have for success in life. Think about an organization. Remember, I said an organization is a living organism. Keller Williams Coral Springs is alive. It is a living organism, just like you are. And energy is the potential for success in our business. Now, you've worked at other places. And if you're like me, you've worked for organizations that have terrible energy.
Mm-hmm.
You could feel it.
Mm-hmm.
And you've worked with organizations that have amazing energy. It's not that they've created new energy, because you cannot create energy. What they've done is they've transformed energy. Now, we also transfer it, because if I have lousy energy, you're going to feel it. And if you let me, I can transfer my lousy energy to you. The opposite is true as well. When people use the word energy, I like this. When people use the word energy, they are usually referring to output. Write that word down, underline it, output. So for example, a 75 watt output light bulb, a 75 watt light bulb has output of 75 watts when you turn on the light. Now, the average human being has 1 billion watts of potential energy.
Wow. That's crazy.
Now listen to this again. Energy is the potential people have for success in life. It's the potential. We can all tap into it. We don't all tap into it. Leadership is how you interact with everyone. And why do I keep using the word leadership? And if you're listening to this and you're thinking, John, I'm not a leader. Hold on a second. Hold on. Everyone is a leader. Everyone is a leader. If you are in life with other people, you are a leader. Leadership is how you interact with everyone. Matter of fact, he says everyone is a leader either by choice or by default. The question is not, are you a leader, but how well do you lead? The question is not, am I a leader? The question is, how well do I lead? Now, there's two different types of energy. There's anabolic and catabolic. Write those two things down. Anabolic energy is constructive and catabolic energy is destructive. Anabolic, I love it when somebody asks how to spell something because it makes me feel good because I'm like the world's worst speller. Affirmation, I don't care. All right, anabolic, A-N-A-B-O-L-I-C, catabolic, C-A-T-A-B-O-L-I-C. Anabolic energy is constructive, catabolic energy is destructive. When the mind perceives a threat, anabolic hormones such as testosterone decrease, while the catabolic hormones such as cortisol and adrenaline increase. Now, this serves us in the short term. You hear me? It will actually serve you in the short term. However, on a long-term basis, catabolic hormones deteriorate our entire physical system. Both types of hormone releases stem from thoughts. Therefore, thoughts are either anabolic or they are catabolic. Now, hang in there. Each of us have trained ourselves to automatically react to many of life's situations. These default tendencies, if catabolic, actually cannibalize our entire system. Are you being cannibalized by catabolic thoughts? Anabolic leaders have the ability to motivate and inspire themselves and others to do extraordinary things. They have the ability to make energetic shifts in all levels of the organization. You've all been in business with anabolic leaders. Anabolic leaders have the ability to motivate and inspire themselves. You notice how he says he starts talking about motivating yourself before he talks about motivating other people? You notice that? How can you motivate someone else if you're not motivated? If you look at different levels of how we think, and there's 7 different levels. It starts with victim as level 1 thinking. Level 2 thinking is anger. How can we motivate somebody to get to level 7 thinking if we live at level 2? Anabolic leaders have the ability to motivate and inspire themselves and others to do the extraordinary things. They have the ability to make energetic shifts in all levels of the organization. Catabolic leaders, however, break down all aspects of a company, including the people in it. You've all been in business with catabolic leaders. You've been in catabolic organizations. You know how that made you feel. Now I'm going to share my screen, hopefully. Cross your fingers. I haven't done this in a while, but let's see. There it is. All right, if you want to take a picture of this, cool. And here's where you live. Reading from left to right, we have core thoughts that lead to feelings, that lead to actions, that lead to results. Hey, what does that remind you of? Raise your hand or just talk to me. If you've attended Bold, what is this?
Point far.
Point far. Thank you, Victoria. Programming, it's up here above my head, way up there. Programming leads to thoughts. Thoughts lead to feelings. Feelings lead to actions. Actions lead to results, which lead back to programming. Now, if you want to change the programming, where do you start? In your thoughts. In your thoughts. You start in your thoughts. Now, Are you operating in the level 1, level 2? Do you have victim think? Do you have anger think? Think of the last time you had a conversation with someone and they said something to you that you didn't like. Did you go to victim? Did you go to anger? Last time somebody cut you off in traffic. Did you go to victim think? Did you go to anger think? Last time you didn't get a listing that you wanted to get. Well, that's just the way it happens. Or it's just my luck. Have you heard anybody say that?
No.
Where are they living? In victim.
Mm.
When you're talking to someone, listen for, are they talking to me from a level 1 thought process? Level 2, level 3, level 4. And we don't have to be a victim to this chart. We can change. We can move from level 1, level 2 thinking to level 3, level 4 thinking. Everything starts with how we think. If we want to change the results and our programming, it starts with changing the way we think. The energetic self-perception chart, that's what this thing is called, holds the blueprints to a better future. All right, last note. My level of energy determines my success in life and in business. All right, raise your hand, talk to me.
Wow.
Diane.
It's so interesting because when you walk in a room, I don't want to say when I walk in a room, when somebody walks in the room and they're smiling inside, and usually that smile will come through